Hi, I'm Peter Dyson. I'm a personal injury lawyer in Delray Beach, Florida. Sometimes you have to sue the government. They did something wrong and caused an injury. Today, I want to talk to you about suing the government and a term called sovereign immunity and how it's going to affect your case. You cannot talk about suing the government unless you talk about sovereign immunity. That's a concept that goes back hundreds of years when there were kings and queens. Basically, it means that you cannot sue the king without their permission. You have to get permission from the very person you're suing in order to go forward with your lawsuit. That doctrine has carried forward even to today, even though we have elected officials. The good news is that you can sue the government under certain circumstances. They partially waived their sovereign immunity, but they're not making it easy. You can only sue them for injuries under certain circumstances. They cap the amount you can sue for, and they put in a bunch of procedures that you have to file before you even file a lawsuit. One of the first things you have to look at to see if you can sue the government is what caused you the harm. If it's a policy decision, you can't. But if their operations are bad and it causes you harm, that's something you can sue for. Let me give an example. The decision whether to put in a sidewalk or not, you can't sue for, even if you trip and get hurt. But once they put in a sidewalk, if it becomes cracked and broken and there's differences in elevation and you trip and fall, you can sue if you're injured because they didn't maintain the sidewalk properly. That was just the first hurdle. The government also limits the amount that you can collect if you're victorious at trial. Now, those amounts right now are very small. It is $300,000 per incident or $200,000 per person. So if you're one person and get hurt, the maximum you can recover is $200,000. If there's two people, the max they can collect together is $300,000. Or if there's an unfortunate incident such as Stoneman Douglas, all those people must split the $300,000. It is unfair in this age where people have insurance in the millions, but the state law limits it to those caps. Now, I've been talking about sovereign immunity at the state level. There's also a federal law that allows you to sue the federal government if they cause you an injury. One of the most common ways is postal truck accidents. You're a mailman, rear-end somebody. That triggers that Federal Tort Claims Act. Now, it's a little different than the state law. They don't have the same cap of damages as the state law does, but you still have to go through a process. They still don't make it easy for you, and you have to go through special procedures before you file a lawsuit. One other difference is under the Federal Tort Claims Act, you don't get a jury trial. So a federal judge, an employee of the federal government, decides how much you should get. I tackle the state and the federal government all the time when they cause injuries to my clients. In fact, attorneys refer those cases to me because of my experience and knowledge. Listen, if you've been hurt by the federal government or the state government and they were negligent, please call me at the telephone number below.